All right, you guys, welcome to the video. It's me, Sierra, aka Sierra in the bonus, and we are here live on Twitch. Make sure you guys drop a follow to the Twitch and the Kick channel to pull up to the live streams, give me music, video recommendations, play games with us, hang out with us. Let me know that you were from YouTube so I can give you the proper greeting. But as you guys can see, we have the horrifying transformation of Doja Cat. Me and chat are gonna react, and we're gonna have some conversations to tell y'all what we think. But let's get into it, you guys. Let's go, guys. All right, Doja Cat, I know half y'all ready to cancel her. John's misogynistic, so of course he's gonna say she's horrible now because of her cutting her hair and shit. But look, make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to support the channel. But we're gonna get into it. Let's go, guys. Patrick CC with another banger.
Doja Cat has evolved from a bubbly pink pop princess to an edgy, dark, and honestly confusing artist. Now, celebrities as famous as Doja Cat are held to standards that are near impossible to meet. But what happens when a celebrity just gives up, disregards all societal standards, and starts acting in a way where you have no idea if what you are looking at is real or fake? We have to acknowledge from the beginning that everything in Doja Cat's career could be one orchestrated marketing stunt, or we could actually be witnessing someone descending into madness. Doja Cat's superpower is that she knows the internet very well. She knows what type of humor the internet will gravitate to. She knows what will cause
AKA, she's a troll. She came out the gate as a troll. She's still a troll to this day. Hey man, look, but honestly, I'm gonna be real. Doja Cat has to have one of the best like internet to mainstream career arcs we've ever seen. I don't know if this is accurate, but to me, she's gotta be the biggest like internet to superstar since like Justin Bieber. Y'all can tell me if that's blasphemous. It's not. I don't know what the numbers are, but looking at her numbers and the sales and the success, like who y'all tell me who has had a better like internet to superstar arc than Doja Cat?
Controversy, and she has continuously exploited that throughout her career. She obtained this knowledge by being essentially raised by the internet.
Facts. She's one of those. Can we play?
I definitely didn't like to leave my room. I don't know if I was agoraphobic, but I definitely thought that I was at the time. It was very, very hard for me to go outside. According to Doja, she would skip school for days at a time, spending endless hours in various online chat rooms. She claims that she was often a victim of online bullying, but this allowed her to develop a thick skin and join in on the fun through her own offensive rhetoric. So I became the person who would often make offensive jokes and do things sort of out of the box. From the slapstick comedy of E-Bomb's world to the hyperconnectivity of MySpace, as well as the edgy, politically incorrect depths of 4chan, Doja developed a fascination with internet culture. But this time in her...
She was in them chat rooms, chat. She was in them chat rooms. Okay, I hope he goes into that little arc, because like I actually have some nuanced thoughts on that. I wasn't ready to cancel her for those chat rooms as much as some other people, but I'll elaborate a little later and tell y'all what I think about it. Her life
would later come back to haunt her.
Girl,
I was very into finding underground artists that rapped. It was maybe around 11th grade that I figured that this is what I really wanted to do. Performing and music was all I ever cared about. She eventually dropped out of school at 16 and spent all of her free time making music and sharing it online. Her track So High was uploaded November of 2012, which would eventually change her life. The only time Doja would leave her house was to network with other musicians in the underground LA scene. Verbies, a rapper, promoter.
So basically what he's saying is Doja Cat was a bum. Hey, you know what's interesting about that? Me and Bestie talk about this all the time, but like on no funny shit, bro. People who are artists and musicians and entertainers, you know, we have this like trope, or I don't know if we can call it a trope, but you know, there's this stereotype or this idea of a starving artist, right? And let me just say, like, back in the day, say like Michelangelo, Da Vinci, you know why they were able to create masterpieces? It was because they got paid for their art. They got paid so that they could have time to relax, rest, and create. But these days, if you're just a creative, it's not as many opportunities for you to flourish or financially support yourself unless you're at the top of the top, or unless you're connected to business people and they're getting a better deal out of your art and creativity than you are. So it creates this dynamic where there's a lot of people with a lot of talent and a lot of abilities, but they can't financially support themselves. So then we get these people that are like bums, right? I'm gonna bring up one of my favorite rappers, JID. He has a song called Stars on his last project called The Forever Story. He said, there's a line in there where he's like, he said, baby girl, make space for a nigga without a job and let a nigga stay at your place. Like the whole song is kind of like, and there's another line he said, broke nigga dick, baby, had a long day. So he's literally in that song giving like the perspective of a broke nigga, of a bum, right? He's talking about himself. He's talking about what his life was like before he actually got connected to labels and was able to get some type of financial stability and backing for his art. But that whole time leading up to that, he wouldn't have got to where he's at now unless he was the broke bum nigga that was trying to make it big with his music, right? And he goes on to say in the song, you know, like, oh, I promise, like, as soon as I get up, I'm gonna break you off some money, but for now I need you to support my broke ass, and I'm gonna pay you with broke nigga dick, because that's all I have to offer. And like, it's not, the end result is fantasized and sensationalized and glamorized, but the actual part that it takes to get there is not. Like the steps it takes to get there, the stages that you are as a person, the lack of stability and financial security is something that repulses people. But you can't get the art without being that in this society. And then by the time you get to the stage where you can get paid, people have a lot more control over your art, either financially or in terms of telling you what you can and can't do. So it makes it even more complicated. So I just want to bring that up because I was joking about Doja Cat being a bum or whatever, but at the end of the day, that's most artists before they get known. And that's why kind of like there's not a lot of transparency in people's process before they get famous, because a lot of times they're broke. And then sometimes they get famous and they're still broke. So I just want to like give my 2 cents about that. God damn, Podzimski just made a crazy shot. But I just want to give y'all my 2 cents on that because I don't like the over glorification of the back end, the result, but people not accepting the front end, which is the struggle, right? Like you pretty much have to, unless you come from privilege or already have money, you pretty much have to struggle in order to get to that next level. But people don't want to talk about that part of the process. And that's why people don't have the patience to go through the grind, because they like, oh, I just want to be like Doja Cat. Well, Doja Cat dropped out of college, or she didn't even make it to college. She dropped out of high school and was doing music probably like every day without getting paid for it. So it's like my question to people that are creatives or have an idea or a business or whatever is, are you prepared to do what you say you want to do without getting paid for the first potentially 3 to 5 years? Are you prepared to invest any money the little money you do make back into your craft? If not, you're probably not going to make it. And that's just facts.
Number one and radio host in LA helped book Doja's first ever show at an event he founded dubbed the Banana Showcase.
You like, your highness, why you always buying that fly? Why you gotta check them tyrants? And why you shut it down like hydrants?
Although most of you know Doja as a pop star, she was initially trying to be a rapper. When they were developing her, I was like a live performance coach and rap coach, Verby S recalled. I would play her hella hip-hop videos and we'd freestyle. She was phenomenal. She didn't really need me, but I just happened to be there. Yeti Beats was a producer that heard So High and was
wait a minute, okay. She was trying to be a rapper, which means like she is. Why do y'all not be acknowledging that Doja Cat is a rapper? I don't care how many pop songs she makes. They are rap songs. Most of them are rap. She's rapping. Why do y'all act like niggas can only be pop or rap? Like, they're not damn near the same thing. Doja Cat is a rapper. She's been a rapper from the beginning. This has been killing me. Like, even on her Planet Her album. Sure, there was some pop songs, but all the fucking songs she was rapping. I just don't understand why people act like she just some pop. Like, when I hear pop star and y'all just leave it at pop, y'all could even say pop rap for all I care. But when y'all say pop, I think about one-dimensional, mostly artists that can sing. Let's just say like Taylor Swift. You know, let's just say Miley Cyrus. You know, like those are pop stars. Britney Spears, those are pop stars. Doja Cat's a rapper that also makes pop music. I wish y'all would just stop pigeonholing Black artists into one box, because at the end of the day, she was a country singer, but she mostly does pop, or has done pop for the most of the past like 10 years pretty much. But she has versatility, but at the end of the day she switched over to pop. But like the point I'm just trying to make is, it's interesting, like Black artists cannot be properly identified by the industry that they're in, because I literally remember them nominating Doja for R&B awards. R&B? Are you serious? Like R&B. I'm not saying she makes no songs that have R&B influence, but I'm like, it should go rap, and if not rap, then pop. But it definitely shouldn't be R&B. That's one thing that they love doing to Black artists. They'll just put all the artists in the R&B category, and or the rap category, when they really make a lot of you know, different types of styles. But hey, you know, it is what it is. It's like we can't even get put in categories with pop half the time. So Credit Card, but what's goody, fam? We're just over here checking out this video about Doja Cat.
Away. He connected Doja with industry executives, resulting in Doja signing with Kimosabe Records, an imprint of RCA Records founded by record producer and songwriter Dr. Luke, while she was just 17 years old. This deal also came with a temporary artist management partnership with Roc Nation through Kimosabe.
Wait. That's all I need to hear. Fuck. She was working with Dr. Luke. You know what, chat? We gotta immediately forgive Doja Cat for everything. She was working with that nigga Dr. Luke. She's probably fucked up. She probably had some crazy stuff happen to her. I'm not gonna lie, chat. And I hate to say that, but looking at the history of Dr. Luke, hey, let me just search up Dr. Luke for y'all so y'all can see. Hold on. I'm gonna go back. Hold on. Let me just bring this over for y'all. All right. Oof. Hold on. Let me fix this right quick, guys. I gotta rearrange where I put this. That's what I was trying to do. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so I just want to show y'all a little something about Dr. Luke. So the most recent public thing with Dr. Luke was the whole Kesha situation. And I just want to actually read from something so that I'm not misspeaking. You know, I don't want nobody to sue me for defamation or anything like that. So let's just show y'all what the public stuff is. Because if I'm not mistaken, the accusations were about some type of abuse. Hold on. Abusing artists. From my understanding, he has a very well known history of sexual assault with his artists. So yes, the last lawsuit was about Kesha claiming that Dr. Luke sexually assaulted her, and from my understanding, it was a very common thing with not just her but a lot of his other artists. So like when I hear that Doja Cat was working with Dr. Luke at 17, that don't sound good. That don't sound to me. That don't seem like that's a situation that will work out for her favorably or in her best interest. considering his previous history. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Doja released her debut EP, Her, with the track So High being re-released as her solo commercial debut single. It seemed like Doja was about to explode into the mainstream, but signing with Dr. Luke was a mistake she could have never foreseen. In 2014, Dr. Luke gained widespread media attention after Kesha filed a lawsuit against him. She accused Dr. Luke of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse over the course of several years, starting when she was 18.
Exactly,
she also claimed that Dr. Luke was intentionally sabotaging her career. Kesha also sought to be released from her recording contract with Kimosabe Records. This case was huge news, with hashtag Free Kesha becoming a movement on social media. Coincidentally, Doja Cat's career came to a screeching halt as soon as Kesha's lawsuit was filed. Rapper Wale wanted to take Doja on his 30-city Simply Nothing tour across the USA, giving her some much-needed exposure to a mainstream audience, but she had to pull out because she didn't have the support of her label. Now, Doja never made any allegations against Dr. Luke, but is it a stretch to assume that Dr. Luke was more focused on fighting this lawsuit than helping his new signee with her career? Because Doja took a 3.5-year break from releasing music. In the music industry, they call this being shelved, which is when a label signs you, holds you in a contract, but doesn't do anything to help your career, metaphorically putting you on a shelf to collect dust. She kept money rolling in by doing whatever live performances possible, like doing a mini tour with the Felius London in 2015, as well as a short tour with Lizzo in 2017. Doja even turned down a feature on Billie Eilish's 2017 hit single, Bellyache. Fans would see Doja often.
Girl, why you do that? Doja, what? Girl, you should have took that one.
On Periscope Live cooking up songs in her bedroom, but she had no intentions on releasing them until 2018. Her comeback in 2018 involved her ditching the rapper career path and aesthetic. She instead followed the typical pop star formula of selling sex through music. She debuted tracks like Roll With Us, Go to Town, and Candy, along with her 13-track album, Amala. But a lot of these songs fell on deaf ears. Kimosabe Records didn't do any marketing for her, didn't get her interviews,
yeah. That album, I think Amala had some decent songs, but I can't remember anything notable. Wow, I didn't even know this about like the timeline of her career though.
Or were they putting her on major festivals? She was watching her career fly by and reached a moment where she had nothing left to lose. One night on an Instagram Live with her core group of 60 fans watching, she made a masterpiece meme that would change her 65 life. Producer Troy Noka sent her a sample of Wes Montgomery's Polka Dots and Moonbeams, asking her to make a beat for his album. At the time, she'd just received a cow costume in the mail. Doja hopped on Instagram Live and began writing Moo with her fans. 6 hours later, Doja and her fans wrote a song.
Oh, this is a great backstory.
About her being a cow. But the silly song needed a silly music video. I opened up Photo Booth on my laptop and used the green screen feature with a green sheet that I hadn't used since I was 12, that was buried in the depths of my closet. I tacked it to a wall with a hammer, right over my mirror, and used some LED Christmas lights to light everything. The crappy lighting and terrible quality green screen, combined with a song that is intentionally bad, was the perfect thing to release in summer of 2018.
It wasn't even
when we were
bad.
At the peak
That's
of the Lil Pump, Bad Baby, Lil Xan, Boonk Gang, Woah Vicky, Supreme Patty, Lil Tay, Instagram clout wave. Doja Cat's Moo music video fit right in this universe because people thought she was just a new quirky YouTuber who had a green screen and got bored. The music video for Moo garnered over 5 million views in 2 weeks and went extremely viral on every social media platform. But when people looked deeper, they realized she was an extremely talented pop artist with a record deal who had an entire album she just released a few months ago. Most people who go viral are not ready for a full-blown music career. Doja was more prepared than ever, and she was able to immediately capitalize on it. But first, she had to make some apologies. Some of her old tweets resurfaced of her using the F slur to
yeah, she is very problematic. Look, man, what time? 2015, yeah. People were saying some crazy stuff back in the day.
Which she immediately responded by admitting she has used the word over 15,000 times in her life, then saying, I don't think I hate gay people. Gay is okay. Obviously, this didn't go over well, and she issued a more formal apology the next day. This had no impact on her.
She was too big to be doing all that. Like, girl. But I guess, you know, maybe she wasn't used to the spotlight. She didn't think people cared, you know.
Her career and momentum, but it would not be the last time she would have to apologize for her past. Now that she went viral on her own, her label decided to support her. She embarked on a 23-city tour 1 month later and was finally getting interviews from Billboard, Genius, and Vlad TV.
So, yeah, see, that's the part that would kill me. Like, I'm signed to your label, but yet you don't want to help me until I create some traction on my own. Is that not the whole job of the label? But you know, I know the practical explanation is, okay, they don't want to spend extra money if they don't see that you have motion behind you, because they rather invest that in someone that can get their own motion, because that's less marketing that they have to do, which means less money they have to spend, essentially.
She rolled out a big single alongside Rico Nasty called Tia Tamara, which maintained a lighthearted and fun approach to her music.
Yes.
Doja understood that fans loved the satire and goofiness of Moo, but she ultimately wanted to be taken seriously as a musician. A lot of artists that blow up off memes have a hard time being taken seriously, but the music industry was craving more female talent, and Doja was ready to fill that niche. Her debut single, Juicy, alongside Tyga, debuted at number 83 on the Hot 100, her first entry on the charts. It would eventually peak at number 43 due to various TikTok trends associated with the track. Her second studio album, Hot Pink, was an overtly girly, bubbly, sexy record that complemented her fun energy while still remaining professional. Say So wasn't rolled out as a single, but sparked a dance trend on TikTok. All the biggest influencers.
What? I can't believe Say So wasn't a single. It had so much traction that it seemed like one, but I guess they basically turned it into a single, even though they didn't release it like that. That's just the difference social media can make with music versus like back in the day.
Like Charli D'Amelio and James Charles helped skyrocket this song. The popularity prompted a remix featuring Nicki Minaj. As it gained steam, she tweeted, "If Say So hits number 1, I'll show you guys my boobs really hard." This tweet made headlines, some making fun of her desperation to go number 1, but then it worked. Say So peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and achieved a Guinness World.
People that take Doja Cat seriously, I can't.
Record for the first female rap duo to reach number 1 on the US singles chart.
Oh wow.
I just realized I have to show my boobs real hard. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I did play you. I'm not showing my boobs real hard, man.
She was trolling.
You got fucking played.
No, this is funny. Let me tell y'all why. This is hilarious considering the fact that if it was like 2 years ago, Doja had a party, I think it was her birthday, where she was completely naked, like literally completely nude at the party. Like, so what a difference like just a couple or a few years can make, because this was like 2018. So yeah, it was within the last 2 or 3 years. Don't quote me on it, but there's a YouTuber named Zach Campbell. If you go to his channel, I think he was invited to the party. And he like posted something about it, or someone on Twitter posted about it. But I just know he confirmed it, even though I think I originally saw it on Twitter. There was like an actual picture, so it wasn't just like rumors. Like people were actually recording and all that. Wait, see, what day's your birthday?
People online were furious that she broke her promise. She's messing with the simps. Trust me, the simps will overpower her and eventually expose something bad about her. This commenter could—
How did he find this comment, bro? Yo, Patrick CCB digging.
Have been more right. A few days later, a Twitter user resurfaced an old video of Doja in what they claimed was an alt-right chat room. On a website called Tiny Chat, Doja is seen wiggling and writhing while making sexual noises and advances towards other people in the chat before dropping the hard R.
Her shirt reminds me of a baby duck.
Not only was she acting really strange, but the other people on the call were using blatantly racist rhetoric. This was Doja's response.
In this video, I'm being completely blackout drunk and completely dumb.
In regards to people being racist in the chat room, this was her response.
You know what I do understand is that there is racism that happens across Tiny Chat. And there is racism that happens across Instagram. There's racism that happens across Twitter. This happens everywhere. It just happens more on Tiny Chat because it's not as monitored. When you see racist on Tiny Chat, it's because people aren't paying attention. I've seen it, and I know that I've been targeted by it, but the narrative that it's a white supremacist chat is completely incorrect.
But it didn't stop there. Fans also discovered a 2015.
Okay, that explanation to me is like completely valid. Like at the end of the day, like you can go on Omegle and niggas are gonna be racist. R.I.P. to Omegle, they shut that shit down. But I mean, literally any of these, like Monkey app, whatever app you want to name, all of them can potentially be racist chat rooms depending on who you run into. So I don't really understand why people are making it seem like, oh my God, Doja was hanging in racist chat rooms. It's like, were people racist? Yes, but how are you blaming her for niggas being racist on the platform? Like, I don't know. That part just never really made sense to me. How are you gonna blame her because someone else is calling her hard ER? Like, I just don't really understand what the outrage was that. Like, if someone doesn't flip out because they're getting called hard ER, I'm not gonna blame them. Like, I can't be like, oh my God, you need to get mad about this. And that it's like, she clearly didn't care. It looked like she was trolling to me. But this next part is a little bit more unexplainable.
2015 song Doja recorded called Din Do Nuffin. Din Do Nuffin is a racist term that originated on POL, which is an abbreviation for politically incorrect, an anonymous board on 4chan dedicated to current events and political discussion. This board has a reputation as a breeding ground for fringe beliefs and unapologetically grotesque takes. The term Din Do Nuffin is derived from the phrase didn't do nothing, a plea of innocence often used in reference to unarmed black men killed by police. The term was used to mock and criticize the black community during the Black Lives Matter protests. Hashtags like Doja Cat is over party and only clans began trending on Twitter. People believe that the chat room video and controversial song indicated a pattern of Doja's racist behavior. Not long after these
okay, once again, if you actually listen to the song, y'all can go listen to it. I don't know if it's copyright, so I don't want to play it. But if y'all actually go listen to the song, to me, the song sounds like a little bit of satire. If I'm being honest, like, it sounds like a little bit of satire, like using the phrase to respond to people using the phrase or to make fun of them. When it comes to like songs and stuff like that, you can't always take stuff as surface level, because like if you look at the title alone, you're like, oh my God, look at this, plus the video of her laying on the bed while someone's saying hard ER, like, oh my God. But it's like, what are you gonna do? Call her racist? She's half black. Could she be a little anti-black? Potentially. But I don't think these are things that support that case. Anti-blackness is prevalent with everyone, black and non-black. But it's definitely prevalent in the black community. With our community, is very prevalent. And it's so common that people don't even recognize it. Right? But these, to me, are not examples of anti-blackness. And then if she's self-hating, that's a problem. But it's not like she's over here like being harmful to other black people or whatever. Like, is it questionable that she was in the chat rooms? Yeah, like, definitely. But like, that's like me getting mad at someone being on Omegle and getting paired with somebody that's saying some racist shit as soon as they pop up. How does that make the person racist that is being attacked? I don't understand that. Her getting called hard ER is getting her called what, I don't know, racist? Okay. That just makes zero sense to me. Like, y'all literally just hop onto whatever other people say, and that's basically what happened. The trend was not necessarily what actually happened, because the trend of what people were saying was, oh my God, Doja Cat was in racist chat rooms. That was a very reductionist way to summarize the situation, but that caught on with other people and people start trolling about it. People were laughing about it. So it's like, that's not what it was though. So I don't like people revising history, or people who weren't paying attention at the time just latching onto a narrative when they didn't actually do any research. At this time, I watch all the videos, I listen to the song, and I'm telling y'all, this is my takeaway from it. And I'm someone that's very critical of like people being anti-black and self-hating and causing harm to other black people, whether they're black or not. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. If I felt like it was some BS, I'm gonna let y'all know. So I just want to give that perspective on it because it's real easy to summarize it, right? Like, oh, well, when you put this video plus this song, then it clearly shows that Doja Cat is racist. Okay, y'all got it. You got white people telling us that a half black woman is racist because someone called her hard ER in a chat room that was unmoderated on a website where you meet random people. You have no control over who you get paired with. Just being black and existing on any fucking website is gonna get you hate regardless what you fucking do. Literally. Like, you're literally gonna get people calling you hard ER and monkey, all types of crazy shit unprovoked. So it's like, okay, I'm streaming on Twitch. So if a racist ass person come in my chat and say some crazy racist shit to me, that's my fault now? I'm the racist one because I allowed them in my chat? Okay, y'all sound dumb as hell. Like, that's basically what you're saying if you're saying this makes Doja Cat racist. So we're just gonna move on because I know he's not gonna go into depth about the song. So I mean, I would like if he would bring some some lyrics up, but I'm sure he's not gonna do it.
And
I'm
controversial
good,
song indicated a pattern.
We're chilling, Kamazi. We're just recording a video for YouTube right now.
Of Doja's racist behavior. Not long after these conversations started, Doja issued a formal apology.
What is racist behavior? Like, y'all don't look at no context, y'all don't read, y'all don't listen to lyrics, none of that. Just say racist behavior. Like, it's so unsubstantiated. And honestly, I feel like it's borderline slander when you're saying it like that with no actual like evidence to back that up.
That's just a crazy,
like, to me, it's just a crazy accusation to make against somebody that was attacked in the situation. That's just me.
Her involvement in the chat rooms, but also debunked the narrative that she's anti-black. She also jumped on an Instagram live for 30 minutes where she gave...
Let's see, it says, I've used public chat rooms to socialize since I was a child. I shouldn't have been on some of those chat room sites, but I personally have never been involved in any racist conversations. I'm sorry to everyone that I offended. I'm a black woman. Half of my family is black from South Africa, and I'm very proud of where I come from. As for the old song that's resurfaced, it was in no way tied to anything outside of my own personal experience. It was written in response to people who often use that term to hurt me. Thank you. I told y'all. The song Didn't Do Nothing was satirical. Like, you can't just take shit for surface level when it's art and music. You could at least look at the lyrics and try to come to a conclusion yourself, but niggas just went along with what everyone else said. They were just like, oh, look, y'all, look at the title of this old Doja Cat song. Clipped it, took a screenshot, posted to Twitter, and everyone's like, oh my god, let me look up the definition. Oh my god, it means this. Oh my god, Doja Cat's racist. It's like, where's the actual like depth and analysis process in y'all's fucking thinking? Like, y'all literally do not be like looking for context or trying to like get a more in-depth perspective before y'all have a strong opinion. Like, at least if you're like, oh, I'm not sure about this because I haven't done enough research, I could understand that. But not doing any type of like analysis or having no thought process, to me, is insane. That's just me though. That's just me. So let me finish reading it. It says, it was written in response to people who often use the term to hurt me. I made an attempt to flip its meaning, but recognize that it was a bad decision to use the term in my music. So, dude, it's like taking a song out of the framing that is meant to be in. To me, it's just disingenuous. Like, you're not like being like genuine with your attempt to actually come to a conclusion if you're not looking at the context of it or actually trying to like analyze it. Because I'm not even gonna say people had to wait for her to explain this. If you actually read the lyrics and listened to the song, you could probably come to the conclusion that it was satirical, it was sarcastic, it was trying to flip the meaning of the word. But people didn't even like take a second to just listen to it.
debunk the narrative that she's anti-black. She also jumped on an Instagram Live for 30 minutes where she gave a concise explanation.
I did watch this one.
When I used it, it was because I was in chat rooms all the time and I was kind of locked away, and I was always on there just dealing with people coming at me left and right, talking about different slanderous terms after another.
That's facts. Bro, anybody that is black, people of color, but especially black, and has been on a random, like a website with like random video partners like Omegle, anyone that's remotely done that, you have run into multiple racist people and you don't know what people are gonna say, and people will bring up some of the craziest shit, and you'll get some of the craziest interactions just because you're black and you run into a white person. They might be other too. They might be Asian. They could be Latino. Everybody be on the anti-black racist shit, honestly. So I think because I have that perspective, that's why I can understand a little bit more than maybe someone that has never experienced like Omegle or something like that. But hey, man.
The term that I used in the song is one that I learned that day. So people were calling me it left and right, and I used it in a song. And it was to kind of take back and just say f you to those people.
But again, this would not be the last time Doja's internet past would come back to haunt her. Fortunately for Doja, her ever-growing list of accomplishments shined bright over any controversy she endured. Although her Hot Pink tour was postponed, she performed at the 2020 MTV Music Awards where she won the award for Best New Artist. Following performances on both The Tonight Show and Jimmy Kimmel Live, her feature on the album track Motive from Ariana Grande's 2020 album Positions peaked at number 32 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, becoming both her highest debut and second ever top 40 entry. Later that year, Doja performed at the 2020 MTV Europe Music Awards, where she won the award for Best New Act. She went on to win the New Artist of 2020 and New Artist of the Year at the 46th People's Choice Awards and the 2020 American Music Awards, respectively. Billboard ranked Doja Cat number 5 on both the Top New Artist of 2020 and Top Female Artist of 2020 charts. She ranked atop Rolling Stone's list of the 10 biggest breakthrough artists of 2020, following a 300% increase in her on-demand audio streams in the US.
Wow.
Forbes also named Doja one of the top breakout stars of 2020, while including her on the annual 30 Under 30 list. She was also nominated for 3 different awards at the 63rd Annual Grammys. In 2021, she continued to absolutely dominate. She toned down the bright, colorful costumes and pink-dyed hair for a muted, mature aesthetic. She released several hits, including Best Friend featuring Saweetie, 34 plus 35 with Megan Thee Stallion and Ariana Grande, as well as Streets, all of which peaked within the top 20.
Streets, one of her best songs. Oh my god, that was a banger. 34 plus 35 was number 2. Ooh, wow. Oh my god, Best Friend surprising me. What? I didn't know it got that high in the peak. 14. That's impressive. That's impressive. I thought that was one of the underrated Doja songs, but shit, clearly people liked it.
On the Billboard Hot 100 chart. In the spring of 2021, Doja released Kiss Me More featuring SZA. This collaboration reached top 5 in 18 different countries, received critical acclaim, and captured Doja her first Grammy for Best Pop Duo / Group Performance. But with all the success, she claims she didn't enjoy it.
I don't have any new music, like just have fun and like just jam and like make some shit. Like I haven't done that in maybe 5 years. Feels like. Yeah, I made my album, put it out, but that's like a requirement. Like I have to make that. Like I had to make that album.
It's easy to understand musicians can experience burnout due to demanding schedules, late night performances, long rehearsals, frequent travel, repetitive interviews. There is an intense pressure to consistently deliver high quality performances, whether in live settings or in the studio.
And let's be clear, Doja's not one of those girls that just get out there and do anything. She got the full choreo. She's singing. She's rapping. Like, her stage presence is amazing. So, like, she's not one of those low effort artists that are just standing on the stage. No tea, no shade. But Nicki Minaj is one of those artists. Like, post like 2014 Nicki Minaj, no, 2016, she started just standing there and rapping. But to be fair, I've always said this, for rappers that are women, it's always to me unfair that they're expected to do choreo and all this stuff when the main focus should be their rhymes. But Doja is one of those people where even though she's rapping and singing, she still wants to do the full shebang. So like, I can only imagine how much more difficult that was for her than some of these other artists that maybe they're a little bit more low maintenance. But I mean, one thing about like what she said about not just jamming and making music anymore, that's one of the reasons why I said what I said the other day when I was talking about what was I talking about? I was talking about why artists should become content creators so that they don't have to lose their juice from being connected to a label. Because if you make content and you build a core community, you can just have a distribution deal and make content. Your content as an artist could be showing people your process of making songs, of making albums. It could be vlogs. But as soon as you tie yourself to a label, your creativity is not in your hands. And that's like the number one thing that creatives hate. The last thing any creative wants is to have someone else controlling their art. And we hear like majority of artists say that that is like the number one thing that makes them not enjoy their time as much anymore. It's like when they first started, because the pressure of the money, the pressure of the deadlines, having someone say, nah, we don't want you to put this on the album, like all types of stuff. Like, that's kind of what the problem is. So, hey man, look, I think the new generation is gonna blow up on TikTok, right? Blow up on YouTube, Twitter, right? And then they're going to build their community through TikToks, YouTube videos, vlogs, shit. They might even stream on Twitch. And they're gonna use all of those to grow over and over and over again. Like, all of them are gonna feed into each other. TikTok's gonna feed into YouTube. YouTube's gonna feed into Twitch. And they'll be able to make so much money on their own outside of like music that they're not gonna need a record deal. They're not gonna need to rely on a label to front the money for them, to give them a loan that they gotta pay back. They'll just be able to say, hey, give me a distribution deal to distribute my music, because y'all got the connections, and I'll handle the marketing myself. I'll have my fans handle the marketing. Because if you're really being smart about it, you could pay your fan pages to make content for you. They'll do it for free. But if you pay them, you'll be able to incentivize them even more. Say, for example, if you tell your fans, hey, whoever makes the highest viewed edit of this song I'm releasing, I'm gonna pay y'all $500. Come on, bro. It's like, if you're really thinking about it and you're really trying to put your thinking cap on for this modern era, you can get around having to depend on a label. You just have to have the smarts to do it, and you have to be patient enough to do it. Because yes, a label can propel you to higher heights, but there is a path that people can go. I'm just curious to see what artists actually go that route. Because the ones that combine all of those, they're going to be so independent from a label. Like, think about this to give an idea what I'm saying. Look at someone like Kai Cenat and I Show Speed. Both of them are literally not artists. They're literally not artists. They are entertainers. They're streamers. They're YouTubers, right? So their artist isn't even expecting them to make good music, but they've made songs that were catchy enough to get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 million views, and they're not even artists. So like, if people like that can do it, look at A&P. Look at the A&P cypher they do every year. They're not rappers. They just do it for funsies and can pull 5, 10 million views. And that's just simply off the strength of them having a fan base that really rocks with all of them. So like, that's all I'm saying is like, look, man, there's a way to do it, but who's gonna be smart enough to do it and be comfortable enough to cut ties with the labels and go their own route? I don't know. I guess we'll see.
saying she had to make her album led people to believe there was drama with her and Dr. Luke. Maybe she felt a lack of control over her career. Her saying that she hasn't made music for fun led people to believe her label wanted her to make formulaic pop music so they can bring in millions. This pressure, combined with the endless amount of scrutiny and negativity online, having to constantly apologize for wrongdoings, likely made Doja feel like this whole music industry is smoke and mirrors. Her potential descent into madness was beginning. Are you drinking water? In March of 2020, Doja traveled to Paraguay for their annual Asuncionico festival, which was canceled upon arrival due to severe weather conditions which included flooding and thunderstorms. Doja's hotel location was leaked and fans, eager to see their favorite musician, piled up outside the hotel hoping for her to come out. Eventually, fans grew frustrated when Doja failed to acknowledge them, both in person and on social media. While fans aren't entitled to Doja's time outside—
Dude, y'all are literally stalking her. Like, that's the thing that people don't be realizing. You literally just showed up to someone's location without their consent. Like, that's like showing up to somebody's house and standing outside the house the whole time hoping you can catch them when they come out to get the mail. Nigga, why are you here? I'm not about to say hey to you, you're weird. Stop being creepy.
Of when she's scheduled to perform, her seemingly self-absorbed tweets the following day caused a justified uproar on social media. The next day, Doja checked out of her hotel and tweeted, "There was a storm in Paraguay, the show got cancelled. When I left the next morning, there wasn't one person outside the hotel waiting for me." After a flurry of backlash, she said, "I don't give a," followed by, "This ain't for me, so I'm out. Y'all take care."
Wait, no. What'd she say? Hold on, I remember this vividly. She said, "It's gone and I don't give a F anymore. I effing quit. I can't wait to effing disappear. And I don't need you to believe in me anymore. Everything is dead to me. Music is dead and I'm an effing fool forever thinking I was made for this. This is a effing nightmare. Unfollow me." Yes, bro, as soon as she was saying this to her fans, I was like, oh damn, Doja Cat's done. She's over y'all. Like, dead ass. Like, I was thinking she was gonna quit, honestly. I mean, she probably couldn't, contractual obligations.
She said,
so.
"I don't give a," followed by, "This ain't for me, so I'm out. Y'all take care," before changing her Twitter name to "I quit." Her reaction to this situation that was totally out of her control either proves, one, she is legitimately sick and tired of the pressure of this industry, or two, she is just a snobby, childish brat ungrateful for her career. Doja's response to criticism has always been the same since day one. She would initially respond sarcastically, and when that response garnered more criticism, she'd finally take the situation seriously and issue a formal apology. However, the secondary apologies always felt insincere, since her genuine feelings toward the topic were always displayed during those initial responses, which brings us to our next controversy, where she made a huge deal out of nothing. Doja DM'd Noah Schnapp, the 17-year-old star of Stranger Things, to get the attention of Joseph Quinn, another cast member who she had been lusting over on Twitter. Noah posted the DMs thinking it was a silly joke, only for Doja to get really angry about it.
That Noah did that.
Oh yeah, he posted this shit.
Another cast member who she had been lusting over on Twitter. Noah posted the DMs thinking it was a silly joke.
Yeah, he thought it was a joke. I swear when he posted this, he was trying to expose her. And people were, this was the weirdest situation. People were like, oh my God, you're DMing an underage kid about dating. That's so disgusting. I was like, why is that the angle y'all are taking with it? She DM'd someone that she knows as like a public figure to hook her up with somebody else. Or like, you know, so she can meet him or something like that. So I don't understand why it got turned into like, oh my God, she's a predator. Like, if I'm not mistaken, Noah Schnapp was like 17 at the time of this.
Only for Doja to get really angry about it.
Like that. No, people were trying to act
like did that. Like,
no. People were saying like she was a pedo, basically. So like, I understand why she was upset. He's saying it was for no reason. I don't agree that it was for no reason, because people were trying her character at this time. So nah, I don't agree.
Went and posted a private conversation between me and him. Is so,
once again, for him to say that it's over nothing is insane. I ain't even at the fact that dude literally posted a screenshot of a private conversation on the internet. Why would you do that? Like, what do you mean she's upset for no reason, bro? Like, that would be weird if you texted somebody and they posted that shit to their Facebook or their Insta or their Twitter. That's kind of weird. Why are we gaslighting here?
So unbelievably like socially unaware and whack. You know what I mean? Like, that's like borderline snake. That's like weasels. That's what I'm saying. It's not that deep. It's just that he's like a very dumb kid.
Doja assumed people would automatically take her side since Noah exposed their private messages. However, many people saw it as her trashing an innocent 17-year-old. What she said in the DMs was already public knowledge, and when Twitter users told her that she was overreacting to this small conflict, she played the victim and when Twitter users told her that she
said no one was mad at you for DMing him when he posted and they were all laughing, but the second you express your concern is why was she DMing a 17? Exactly. That was the narrative. Yo, Patrick, I fuck with you, bruh, but like your telling of this part of the story is like really bad. This was the discourse. Why was she DMing a 17-year-old? That's what people were saying at the time. That's why she was upset.
She was overreacting to this small conflict. She played the victim and responded in an insincere, sarcastic tone. Y'all are so cringe and lame and nobody wants to hang with you. That's why y'all be on here unironically writing replies to that makes you mad. Doja is clearly fed up with the negativity that comes with fame. Whether her controversies are self-inflicted or not, she was done with the expectations, done with petty drama, done with apologies, done trying to appease anyone but herself, and now it was her turn to control the narrative. She started by shaving her head bald. Then she went on Instagram Live and shaved her eyebrows. During the live, she said, "I feel like I was never
the eyebrows was crazy.
Supposed to have hair anyway." Whenever female celebrities randomly shave their head, people quickly assume that they have gone crazy, especially after the world witnessed Britney Spears infamously shave her head while having a mental breakdown in 2007. But when she attended Paris Fashion Week, people second-guessed her intentions. Doja collaborated with makeup artist Pat McGrath to create a strapless red dress while she was covered head to toe in 30,000 crimson red crystals. The look took almost 5 hours to complete, and while some people shrugged it off as just another crazy fashion choice for the sake of shock value, others made Illuminati conspiracy theories that she was imitating Lucifer and this was nothing more than symbolism for the demonic realities of the entertainment industry. You could even say Doja's fashion
How do you get all that from that?
Antics are similar to the many stunts like Lady Gaga pulled back in the early 2000s. Then again, they said that Gaga was in the Illuminati as well. Little did we know, putting together a creative or potentially shocking ensemble for Fashion Week became one of the least bizarre things Doja does. Doja announced that she planned on returning to her rap roots for her upcoming 4th studio album. She wanted to diverge from the pink and soft things and pop and glittery sounds that defined her career up until now. Her song Attention piqued some interest in the rap world, but fans who'd become accustomed to Doja's pop records were expressing their disappointment on social media, leading to Doja tweeting, "My comment section on IG used to only be positivity because I was doing what everyone wanted me to do, and I love that I can see through all the bull now." She clarified that it wasn't anything personal, but was discontent cranking out digestible pop hits for children on Twitter to get into fights about. She tweeted, "Planet Her and Hot Pink were cash grabs, and y'all fell for it. Now I can go disappear somewhere and touch grass with my loved ones on an island while y'all weep for mediocre pop." People were feeling regret for having ever supported her music, but this is the most—
Okay, this situation had me dead because people were literally getting mad at her for saying that her best album was a cash grab. But it's like, why are y'all acting like the whole point of people making music isn't for money? Are you mad that she has the talent to make songs that sound good and are cash grabs? Could that be it? Could it be that y'all are upset that a black artist is able to make songs for cash grabs and actually be good at it? Because when Taylor Swift does it, it's not a problem. When Selena Gomez does it, it's not a problem. When all these other girlies do it, it's not a problem. But a black artist is doing it and all of a sudden, oh my God, you're such a horrible person for saying that you make commercial music. Dude, she literally went pop so that she could get more exposure and more money. Do y'all think that these people are all making music for the love of the game? Like, that's the part I think that confuses me about people. I wonder, like, what are their expectations for artists? She's good at what she does. Y'all don't support her for her to love what she does. Y'all support her so that she makes good music that sells and gets her exposure and makes money. Her job is to make the label money. So y'all are essentially mad at her doing her job. How does that make sense? Like, half the shit with Doja, I understand why she went the way she did, because some of the shit like people are complaining about made no sense.
Honest thing Doja has ever said. Most of the music you love is a highly formulaic, soulless product that is scientifically engineered for you to love it. Look at what it took for Doja to blow up, making the worst song possible to get attention. It is totally believable to think Doja just did whatever she could to make some money and be set for life. This is metaphorically what people refer to as selling their soul, but Doja was doing more than metaphors. She showed off a new tattoo of a scaled animal figure crossbred with female attributes. The photo went viral on social media, with many calling Doja's tattoo demonic. One fan expressed their concern, writing, "Used to love you, but you clearly sold your soul to the devil. Unfollow." Doja replied, "Whatever helps you sleep at night." She'd post another tattoo, an antelope skull on her wrist. Then she would tattoo a bat skeleton on her back. The allegations regarding her being indoctrinated into the Illuminati.
Mind you, what do all these things individually have to do with the Illuminati? These are literally random animals and shit. I don't understand like people's tendency to just jump to that. I think if you have some good evidence that you feel like convinces you, okay, I'm gonna hear you out. I'm definitely gonna hear you out with your theory. But this was not something to make me be like, oh my God, yep, Doja definitely sold her soul. When I look at these, I just see, okay, she got some weird ass tattoos.
Practicing demonic worship only increased as time went on. Her Instagram became filled with cryptic messages and spooky videos to roll out her album.
Mind you,
Her Instagram became filled with
I believe
cryptic
this
messages.
right here is a painting. She made this painting. This is art, guys. It says beast. So she painted a beast and posted her art, and people said she worshipped the devil. I mean, really, guys, it's like, what use does she have fighting it anyway? Y'all are gonna say it regardless.
And spooky videos to roll out her album. She posted very unflattering photos of herself. Her album was called Scarlet. She posted what people thought was the album
She's done that over and over again, dude.
Cover, which consisted of her drenched in blood with a stripped down Freemason symbol. She also announced a multi-city tour, which people called a devil worship show. She'd post videos of herself crawling in the shadows, photo shoots where she was drenched in blood, and selfies of blood dripping down her.
Oh my God, guys, it was for the music videos, guys. Come on. These are all on the sets of the music videos for the songs, bro. That's like taking a clip of some actor in a movie and saying, oh my God, like, okay, let's just say, for example, someone was in The Exorcist, right? And the character, the person who played the character that was possessed, someone takes a clip of that movie and puts it on Twitter. Oh my God, this person is possessed by a spirit. My nigga, it's literally from a movie. That's what everyone would say. So why is it any different than a music video? A music video is literally the same, like it's art. It's not meant to be taken literal. It's meant to be symbolic, a visual representation of the song. Why are we acting like we don't know this? That's what's pissing me off with people. We all know this is the case, but y'all niggas want to play crazy and be like, oh my God, she's a devil worshiper. Nigga, the song is called Demons. It's talking about her demons, right? You know, the metaphorical sense of like her bad things, the negative attributes of her as a person. We all have demons. That's a very common saying, right? The demons are the not so pleasant parts of you that make you a human, right? So she's talking about her demons, and y'all niggas are like, oh my God, she's worshiping the devil. Oh my God, what is it? It's like, I be wondering if some of y'all, look, let me be nice.
of herself crawling in the shadows, photo shoots where she was drenched in blood, and selfies of blood dripping down her nose. She even posted a selfie wearing a shirt with an image of Sam Hyde, an infamous internet troll slash comedian who often incorporates racist or anti-Semitic humor in his bits.
I don't know who
the image of Hyde
is.
brandishing a rifle on Doja's t-shirt is a common meme on social media following mass shootings. Her song Paint the Town Red was her leaning more into this overtly demonic art style. The song topped the charts in 19 countries. It became Doja's second.
Because she was trolling y'all. She was trolling because y'all all call her a devil worshiper, a demon, a this or that. She's literally responding to y'all saying that. It's kind of like that Eminem song from back in the day. It was hilarious. He's like, I am whatever you say I am, and if I wasn't, then why would I say I am? In the paper, the news every day I am. I don't know, that's just the way I am. Like, literally his whole song is basically like the equivalent of Doja Cat's Paint the Town Red. It's basically the same idea. You know what? Y'all are gonna say I'm ruining society, I'm ruining kids, I'm a horrible influence, horrible person. So he's like, you know what? Whatever y'all call me, that's what I am. So it's like, that's kind of the attitude she took. And I can't blame her because the amount of skill that she's on is so many eyes on her and so many opinions that you literally can't care about what everyone says. It's just, it would drive you crazy if you completely care about everything every single person says. You're done. GG's.
Second single and first as a solo artist to top the Billboard Hot 100. Paint the Town Red made history by becoming the first solo female rap song in Spotify history to top the platform's global and US top 50 charts, and the fastest solo female rap song to amass 100 million streams. Turns out devil imagery is still an effective marketing strategy. If the signs weren't obvious enough though, Doja began teasing a promotional single titled Demons. In promotional photos uploaded to Instagram, Doja can be seen dressed up as a demon. The music video further cemented Doja's transformation from the quirky girl in a cow suit to something straight out of a horror film. Some people are praising Doja, that she is finally being herself. She's finally free of all the expectations of the music industry and doesn't have to live up to unattainable beauty standards.
True.
Some people think what Doja is doing here is mocking the people who think an artist has to sell their soul to make it into the industry.
Yeah.
You have to remember she is an expert internet troll, crawling out from the deepest depths of 4chan. She knows all of this imagery will cause controversy. She knows she will get news coverage and have outraged parents calling for her music and concerts to be banned. She knows there will be conspiracy theories regardless, so she could be ironically presenting herself as a devil worshiper to make people think she has gone insane. Is this an extremely corny and overused art style for artists? Yes. Is it actually an Illuminati psyop? Maybe. Did it work? Not really. Doja's fourth studio album Scarlet debuted at number 4 on the Hot 200, moving 72,000 album equivalent units. In comparison, Planet Her debuted at number 2 and sold 109,000 units. Despite being on track to be the highest selling female pop star in the world, Doja potentially scared her audience away.
I think she wanted to do
that. Doja
Cat
has evolved from a...
I think she wanted to. Honestly, all of her actions to me show I don't want y'all to like me anymore. And you know what? I can't blame her. But look, if you guys made it to the end of the video, make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to support. Drop a follow to the Twitch and the Kick to pull up to the live stream. If you do come to the live stream, let me know that you are from YouTube so I can give you a proper greeting. But until next time, you guys, I'm outie.